Welcome to Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt of the Marquardt Law Firm at marquardtlawfirm.com.
Welcome back to Talk Law Radio. I'm Todd Marquardt, on the radio, on podcasts everywhere, on YouTube, on Facebook Live. Leave us a comment about what you think about coffee on Facebook, or go to Twitter, X, or Instagram. You might even find Shannon Roberta San Antonio and her video about our coffee adventure this morning. We've been talking about kilatescoffee.com.
Say Roberta one time.
Roberta.
Ay, qué bonito. Oh my gosh, I didn't think he could do it. I was messing with him.
Kilates Coffee, KILATES coffee.com.
I want to say super quick,
Sure.
while I get a chance, I feel amazing. You know, like I get jittery when I drink coffee and I get a little too...
Yeah,
but I feel amazing.
yeah. It's so this is the pink bourbon is the one that it's floral, but it's also fruity. So it covers all. That's why it's everyone's favorite, because it doesn't go too fruity, but it's not too floral either.
It's interesting.
I'm gonna let you try the florals because I think you're gonna like them. Those are my personal favorites.
The thing you said about the curating, like you said that
Yeah.
on air, right?
Yes, I curate
love that
people's
so much.
taste. So then when I have a new coffee, I'm going to, because we also offer monthly subscriptions, so you can subscribe from our webpage. But because we buy from small producers, this actually pink bourbon is from a producer in Huila, Colombia, and I like to support him because he is a farmer that is in a wheelchair, you know, so it's extra work. I like to be just the spotlight of this absolutely amazing people. Mm-hmm. Who are just fulfilling their dreams. It doesn't matter what the obstacles are, but I'm just being the spotlight it's delicious. His coffee is amazing.
You visit the farms.
Yes, I visit the farm, so I travel frequently to Origin. This year I've been in Guatemala, and I was also in El Salvador visiting, because I'm originally from El Salvador, right? So I want to be the spotlight for Salvadoran coffee more. So that's where I met my fellow Salvadoran, Giselle Barrera, the founder of Latinas in Coffee. And we decided that there's a lot of obstacles still to, bring the coffee to the U.S. And so we wanted to create women-produce only coffees through Latinas in Coffee roasters.
And, right, so you're going to partner up with that group. What are some of the challenges that Latinas face that Latinos are not facing?
In the coffee industry?
Yeah.
I think that the coffee world needs a lot of education. Kind of like what I was telling you guys, for appreciation purposes. I feel that at the beginning, this is real coffee. All these flavors are real coffee. And it's not the regular coffee flavor that you will associate in your mind, which is this French roast flavor. It's bitter. And I love sometimes where men mostly, they're like, I like my coffee strong.
Right.
Do you have French roast? I don't sell French roast. I don't sell dark roast. I think that in order to really appreciate all the flavors in coffee, it needs to be a medium or a light roast.
Okay.
So that's kind of, so the challenge is education, mostly. And then...
what about espresso? You posted on Instagram or Facebook something about orange chocolate espresso. And somebody told me that espresso comes from a different bean.
Well, espresso, let's start unveiling this because it's important. Espresso is any bean that you sell. Any bean that you get at the store from your favorite roaster, every bean is espresso bean.
Okay.
Okay? What it's called, why they call it espresso, it's because it's the extraction method through the machine. That's what the espresso is.
Oh, okay.
So what we wanted to do through this campaign that we did this year, where we showed all the fruits, is the notes that we have in all the coffees. You know, this coffee that you guys are enjoying shows in the picture blueberries, you know, like lemongrass. Some others, we have the peach coffee. That's what we wanted to do. It's not flavor. You know, like I understand that coffee people divide in two groups. One of them is the actual coffee snob. You know, people who enjoy their coffee black like I did. And that's why I started Kilates, because I couldn't find a coffee that I would like, right? But there's also the other group who are the foodies, right? So the foodies is this group of people who enjoy mixing this coffee with all kinds of flavors, you know. And again, no judging, to each their own. We also, when we do our pop-ups, when we're opening a location in Padre Island, in our most, like the best seller in the drinks is the Mexican vanilla, because it's infused with orange zest. So there are flavors that you will not find anywhere, because we prepare our own syrups.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so then you serve that group, the foodies, people who enjoy putting syrups, you know. But here's the thing. You need to have a good base for your drinks. That's why we were kind of chatting briefly about the Colombian regional coffee. Mm-hmm. When you are a foodie and you like to have, there's one of my friends, she calls it dessert. You know, I like my coffee to taste like dessert in the morning. And I'm like, that's great. But you need to have a good base for that, right? And that's where the Colombia regional is. It's a good base for your favorite mixed drink that has milk and it has syrups.
If you want to add the Halloween flavor, what do they call that?
Oh, the pumpkin spice.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. You need to have a good base, like anything. If you think about, like, and I like to put it here because I went to pastry school, right? So when
you have done everything.
Yeah, you're fascinating.
But you know, this is how I explain it. I think that God gives you a basket of fruit. That's life. Mm-hmm. And so you need to explore the curiosities and not just eat the banana or the apple that someone told you that it was delicious.
Yeah.
And I'm a foodie at heart, you know, like I know what tastes good, and I think that's my main differentiator. You know, I'm a foodie and I love high quality. That's why I only sell high quality, because this is a transfer of emotion, you know. So I believe in my product. I believe so much in my product because it's what I consume in my house. Mm-hmm. Imagine what kind of ethic I will have if I know I'm buying, you know, only God knows where source coffee, and I'm drinking that in my house, giving that to my family. It's like, no, I drink all of my coffees at my house every morning, and I source for me, and which is kind of scandalous, you know, coming from a business owning family, because my mom used to tell me, you need to cater for all the palates. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, but I think everyone likes good, right? I think everyone likes high quality, good flavors. And we have a little bit for everyone. You know, we have the geishas, which are the champagne of coffee, kind of like doing the comparison with the wine world, right? Mm-hmm. The geishas are the champagne of coffee.
Wow. So
that are very floral. They're my personal favorite. This pink bourbon is like one level down from the geishas. It's half floral, half fruity. Then we have Colombian regional, you know, with the caramels, with the chocolate, and there's a little bit of everything for everyone.
I love the stuff you say. I want to just have a notepad.
Oh, you're so kind.
You said coffee is a transfer of emotion, and you said everybody likes good, right?
Yeah, everyone likes good, you know, right. And that's my niche, and that's, you know, my client is people who like good.
Well, let's talk about something funny. Well, it was funny to me. To a lot of people, it's probably not funny, but interesting. Somebody who really loved coffee. It's one of our sinners and saints.
Everybody always likes your music, Todd.
Yeah. So the sinner this week is Eileen Wuornos, who was a serial killer. She claimed all 7 of her victims were of self-defense, but she was convicted and executed of by lethal injection in Florida. But she declined her last meal. All she wanted was a cup of coffee. So I thought that was interesting for our show today.
Very.
And we were talking about drinking coffee together at the very beginning of the show. You said it's sort of a social thing. Well, did you know that a very popular movie called Shades of Grey was developed by these women that they called their partnership Coffee Shop?
Oh, it's interesting.
And there was a very big lawsuit because they didn't have a formal partnership agreement, and one of the partners didn't get like $10 million in royalties from the movie and the book. And so it just got me thinking, like, how many $1 million conversations are being had over this cup of coffee?
Right.
Yes, absolutely.
We got to take one more break, and when we come back, we'll be talking more about Kathya's legacy. She's a 3rd generation in the coffee business, so stay tuned.
This has been Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt, brought to you by the Marquardt Law Firm. You can learn more at marquardtlawfirm.com. And be sure to listen to the full Talk Law Radio show Saturday mornings at 11 on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
Each week, attorney Todd Marquardt talks about the law. His mission with the Talk Law Radio show and podcast is to help you discover your legal issue blind spots. In the beginning, God had one law. Don't eat from the fruit of that tree. Then came the 10 Commandments. Now we have federal, state, and municipal lawmakers that won't stop creating new laws. Laws that might impact you without you knowing it. Listen to the show and drop a line on Facebook or email host@talklawradio.com and let the host know what you think of the show, the topics you want to hear, and whether you want to be a guest.